Good morning, ladies and gents, hope you're all well. And this is St Mary Abchurch, quite a plain looking one from the outside for a Wren Church. And look at its roof, it hides an absolutely stunning and amazing surprise inside. There's been a church on this site since 1198. That church was destroyed in the Great Fire of London, which was in turn replaced by this one, by Sir Christopher Wren. Let's cross over. Yeah, nice old church. I'll pause you for a sec and get some nice side views as the car goes by. There we go. This is the side of the church. It's next to the Royal Philatelic Society. Beautiful old one this. Try and get a picture while I can before cars start coming. There's a van coming, so yeah, we'll have to walk around this way. I'll just point you down for a moment. And that's the when we go inside, that's the coat of arms for the Worshipful Company of Fruiterers, which looks absolutely lovely from the inside. It's the main entrance to the church. More of its descriptive history will fall in the description box, of course. That's better. Cherubs or putty, whichever you wish to call them. As I say, it's quite a plain looking one from the outside, but when you go inside, Abchurch Yard leading to Sherborne Lane, see, like the old painted signs, you can see the side of the church around this way, and some of its old iron fixtures and fittings still left in. It has a bell tower. You can't really see the greatest deal of it from as you just come off Cannon Street, or Cannon Road by Cannon Street Station. The home of the Friends of City Churches. Friends of City Churches. One of the friends who was inside, who told me a lot about the church, really kind, told me an awful lot. In the mid to late 90s, the Mayor of London and authorities that be had the idea that they would mothball most of the London churches except 6, that they would sit empty, and basically we all know what happens to a church when it sits empty. It becomes derelict as people break into it, they vandalise, and think of like some of the, you've seen a lot of the churches I've visited. Imagine if they were lost. That would not be good, would it? And here you have F. Smith, St MA, 1841. It's one of the old water hydrant things used as a cigarette butt holder now. Bless its little cottons, I bet it feels happy about that. Back round to Abchurch Yard. We shall go in. Try not to film anyone, preferably. Nice old bike there, look. There's some coffee bars and whatnot in its former churchyard here. Anyway, in we shall go, so join me for inside. And in we go. This is a lovely one, this church, and very impressive. Even its entranceway, all finely carved woodwork. These are the big doors, but this is your way in. No entry to the baptistry to protect the font, completed in 1686. Marble font by William Kempster, 1627 to 1715. Font cover with figures of the four evangelists by William Emmet, 1641 to 93. Marble floor. And here you've got, look, an old paw box. Remember the paw. I will save the best till last with this church, and it's impressive, I can admit. But look, the woodwork is just lovely. Proper wooden pews. And look, there's its crypt down there. Interesting. These are like the private pews where the wealthier people would have sat. Fine carving on the door and everything. St Mary Le Beau is a request filming for Sam Tucker, and so we're calling Tucker Tuesday today. So. You can't really make out that well, I'm afraid. This church is a revisit for me as well. I've done this one when I first began the page. This one is an impressive one. You will see why. Adam and Eve, look. Oops. The worshipful company of fruiterers. See, a lot of the City of London churches are guild churches. of Thomas Wilson, son of Joseph and Sarah Wilson, 35 Cannon Street, who died the 12th of January 17. Oh, look, it's damaged right across there. It's something free, aged 14 months. Also Sarah Wilson, daughter of the above, who died 17th of April 1800, aged 2 years and 11 months. Also the above Mr. Joseph Wilson, who departed this life 28th of December 1807, aged 61 years. Also Mrs. Sarah Wilson, wife of the above. She lies buried in the vault near this place. Died 21st of April 1813, aged 49 years. So she'll be buried under there, where that grid is. I won't photograph the monuments, so pause to read if you want to read them. Insert the body. Of Sir Patience Ward, Knight, Alderman, Lord Mayor of London. Anno 1681, he married Elizabeth, daughter of William Hobson of Hackney in the county of Middlesex, Esquire. She departed this life the 24th day of December 1685 and lies buried in the Great Church at Amsterdam. He, the 10th of July 1696, without issue. And then you've got the high altar there with the ever-present light of God, but we'll save that for a minute. We'll walk over to the other side.
You are now standing where Henry Hudson stood 410 years ago. If in practice then nowadays.
Wow, look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? Level of detail that goes into carving something like that.
Quite a few of the city churches call themselves the Wren Church, when actually they're post-war reconstructions of the Wren Church. Here there was some damage that was and there are bombs nearby which cause vibration. But bearing in mind that all of the woodwork is old, some of it is Victorian, but the rest of it is from the 17th century.
The Ten Commandments. Sarah Palmer, wife of Thomas Palmer, plasterer of this parish, who departed this life January the 23rd, 1759, aged 35. Also Thomas Palmer, husband of the above, who departed this life August the 18th, 1795, in the 81st year of his age. I only lived to a good age. And he was a plasterer of this parish. Probably all that like the decorative kind of stuff and whatnot. To the memory of Mr. William Emerson, late of this parish, who departed this life 24th of March 1764, aged 58 years. I do like to try and cover the memorials when I'm here, because they're obviously part of the parish, these people, part of its history. Near this stone lies interred the body of Mrs. M.A.H. Looks like Meheltabel, Roebuck, widow of Epton Roebuck, Esquire, late of Croydon in Surrey. She died at Sydenham in Kent, July the 2nd of July 1782, in the 46th year of her age. Also in the same vault is deposited the body of her most beloved friend, Mrs. Anne Wilson, wife of Mr. William Wilson of this parish, who died at Sydenham the 21st of October 1788, aged 60. Justly erected by all who knew her. With a coat of arms on this one. Here lies the body of Mr. George Fellows, citizen of Harbour of London. This is parish of the Free. Hi, how are you?
Back.
Yeah.
And as you get round the sides, you'd be at an increasing angle, painting something to be seen from ground level.
That's amazing, isn't it? It really is. The level of skill.
Yeah. And I noticed you were admiring the pulpit there.
I was, yeah. And what the gentleman pointed out as well, which is something I always like to cover in the church, are the sword rests, where the mayor and the city worthies would have put their swords when they come in to a church. And the other one is over here. We'll look at the front sides first. Pictures like that then. The lion and the unicorn, the royal arms. As one of the gentlemen I was talking to, the church watchers, kindly said to me, Apart from these pews here, which are Victorian replacements, pretty much all the woodwork in here is Wren, of Wren era. And this church is one of the most original to Wren's design. It's a privilege to be able to come and see things like this, as I often say, and I am saving the best till last. Choir stalls here and there, and over here, look, clerks' pews and ministers' pews. And pulpit. Please do not touch, I will not touch. There's a fairly impressive memorial up on the wall here. Whether we'll be able to see it or not, I don't know. Because of the light coming through the window. Sir David Burnett. Lord Mayor of London, 1912 to 1913. Alderman of Candlewick Ward, 1902 to 1930. Through him, the Crystal Palace was acquired for the nation. Born 22nd of August 1851, died 7th of January 1930. Do love this pulpit. Our memorial's up on the wall. Sorry, it's all right. You know, yeah, I'm only filming up there, so you won't. Yeah, you won't disturb me. You're fine. Thank you. That's an interesting looking one. As I say, all this woodwork here is all original to the Wren Church. Here lieth ye body of Mr. James Smith, who departed this life the 4th day of August, 1686, aged 30 years. So not too long after this church was completed, really. Wren was prolific with his church building, he had to be. Just pause to read any of the memorials that you want to read.
Yeah, well, I'm one of the people. There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, let me show you where it was.
Mr. Matthew Patcher. It's all right, thank you. Thank you. Thanks. Native of the island of Guernsey, who lies interred near this place. He was a member of the Goldsmiths Company, of which he died Prime Warden on the 13th of August 1777, the 75th year of his age, and the 46th of his residence in this parish, having lived an example of strict integrity, be not slothful, but followers of them, about her faith and patience inherit the promises. Ah, look, benefactors' boards. the people that put up the money for the building of the church. T-Y, F-Y, M-Y, T and T-Y, E-S.
No idea who that
No, there's a couple in some of the churches with just initials on, but they remain a mystery. Sorry. Also the body of Major General Sir Octavius Carey, Knight, youngest son of the said John Carey and Mary his wife, who died the 13th of November 1844, aged 58, MP 1777. Under this stone are deposited the remains of Mr. Matthew Purchard, 1777. Also the body of Mrs. Mary Leray, wife of John Carey, of the island of Guernsey, Esquire, who departed this life on the 31st day of August 1785, aged 36 years. Also those of Mrs. Susanna Purchard, niece of the above, said Mr. Matthew Purchard, who died the 11th of December 1788, aged 75 years. What is this in the Abchurch? There's been a church on this site since the 1320s, which was of course destroyed by the fire and then replaced by the Wren Church. These cases are protected. Please ask for advice. Clay pipes, they were the cigarette butt of their day, really. You find them everywhere. You find a lot of those if you go mudlarking along the Thames. Tudor green and slipware. That looks like it probably would have, yeah, I think it would have been part of a Bellarmine jug. They were named after a Cardinal Bellarmine. That's nice, isn't it? Shall we have a look at the real thing? Oh, very well then.
shut that door, yeah? So that, Bob, I've shut the door there, you don't think in the office now? Okay, see you next week, then. Thanks very much. See you along.
Yahweh, the Hebraic word for God. Join me for part 2.